I'm going to start this video right here with a long wheelbase Proton limousine. The first long wheelbase Proton limousine I have seen in my life. And that means two things. Proton, one, I'm in Malaysia, and two, I'm international auto modified, where you get the craziest stuff going. And as I say that, there's a little Honda going past, kitted out with spoon and kitted out with a lot of trims. Anyway, back to this. I don't even want to finish where I'd said that, because it is actually running on 3-spoke wheels, which have a carbon fiber effect to them. Man, that is absolutely unbelievable. And that is what this show is all about. And right next to it, you've got an 86 wide body, gull-wing doors. And have you ever seen a carbon end plates like that? So you're getting the idea. If you don't know this show is about the craziest stuff, the most outrageous, the wildest cars you're going to meet. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to say is I'm actually here on the loading day. So we kind of got some of the cars here, some of the cars coming in, coming off slides. So I'm just going to walk you through today. So it's not a quite finished show. Cars coming in, booth's not quite set up, but you get the feel. This was the winner last year, and the big prize is to win the King of IAM. If you've got a crazy modified car, you want to be sitting in this booth space at the 2025 show. This is the only wide body GTO I have seen. It looks good. It's got a flecked paint job, this big splitter on the front. You can see the cooler in there, carbon bonnet, and round the back, actually I just want to say it's got like a red fleck paint, and then the roof is picked out also in flecks as well. Then it's got a big spoiler that has been pretty neatly molded in, and it's got quad exits, 2 on each side. Then from the GTO, R35s, and they are really common in Malaysia. Well, not say common, but there must be a couple of thousand here. People race them, people drag them, people do modify them, and there are so many wide body R35s here, and this is just an example. This wide body kit's got a lot of nice detail, all these slotted vents cut out here, and these wheels, split rim, 2 different colors, big Brembo calipers, discs and bells. Man, that is really, really nice. On the rear, he's got a slotted cover where the window would go. And then we look at this huge carbon rear wing with Japanese monster on it. And these end plates are quite unusual. And while we're talking about loading, I'm going to go straight outside and show you one of my favorite builds in the universe right now. This A31 by Motor Maniac. It is absolutely amazing. I visited them a couple of days ago to do a complete video on this car, which will be coming soon. But for now, I'm just going to let you hear it, what it sounds like, because my walk around, we don't get a lot of sound, but it was unloading 5 minutes ago because it's sitting here ready to go in the hall. Let's have a listen.
Hey! How are you, Ed?
See you again. So soon. And while we're here, we're going to get all sorts of things, the full works, massive Brembos, huge discs and bells, cross-drilled and vented. That's what the show is all about, everything taken to the max. Here's something I haven't seen in years, a smart roadster. And this one has been done out really nicely with these red headlamp bezels, the red splitter and the yellow and black. And when you say haven't seen one, there's actually two. And let's just go back to this one because it's been modified and tricked out. And it's got a really nice dashboard, leather, with all details picked out in yellow. Now, I know nothing about smart roadsters, but by the look of the petrol filler cap with a B on it, this is a Brabus kit. Straight opposite, we have these absolutely epic, an Evo here and an Impreza there, the old enemy side by side, both with wide body kits, carbon going on absolutely everywhere, but with these real cool wraps to them. And that is going to get the judges thinking as well. I really like these wraps. You see you've got the carbon mirror here, carbon doors, and inside carbon dash, center console, everything has been trimmed out in carbon. And I really like this wrap as well. And this kind of painting here looks almost like a child's painting. It works really well. It fits into the whole ambience of this car. And this Impreza here, which has got a boot, a one-piece carbon boot molded into a big wing on the back, that's been done in a complete, very distinctive carbon, and it's the whole car looks like it is done in a carbon body. I want to look at this Golf Mark 7, which the owner has called the Brutal Bunny. And in fact, I'm going to start at the back because he's got this giant custom rear spoiler, and you can see these big mounts, and he's actually embossed his Brutal Bunny logo into it. He's got a carbon fiber roof end spoiler there as well, tucked away. It's got another lip here, quad exhaust exits, and this big wide body and these wheels with twin Lamborghini brakes on the back, and these telephone dials with one of the circles picked out to match the Lamborghini. And on the front, let's have a look, because he's got giant Lamborghini calipers off the LP570, discs and bells. I say everything is carbon on this car. And in fact, the owner has put all the details down here, and you can see this is all the technical stuff he's done. He's on air suspension. This is a full performance race build, everything you could imagine. On one side, he's got all the technical specs, and on the other side here, he's got the cosmetic, the aero parts, the exterior and the interior. And the exterior, he's got 20 things here, and everything is custom apart from the underfloor lights. And again, the interior, he's got a lot of custom parts, a lot of high spec stuff here. This has been a big money build. Now, if you want to go through these in detail, I've taken a couple of photos of these boards, and you can check on my Facebook page, Racing News Thailand, in the gallery for this show, because I'm not going to read through all that. Take too long, but I'm just going to finish on this car by looking at these carbon mirrors and the detailing. I really like that. That's very unique. This Brutal Bunny is a brutal build. This 190 is pretty nice. It's probably the least blingy car I've seen so far, but it works really, really well. EZ Motorsports, they've kind of taken the concept of the 190 and just kind of done some nice work on it. I like this a lot. The 190 has a great shape. Don't have to go crazy with it. It's got a boot spoiler. It's kind of all been glossed up, and that looks really nice and really period. I like that a lot as well. I mean, you cannot go wrong with a 190 shape. Then we've got two minis here, the classic 1960s-ish original Mini and a new generation Cooper S there, both in a livery that matches up. So they must have the same owner, and they span the generations. Look pretty good. I've actually seen these cars before. I think they must have been at IAM last year, but they look pretty good and some nice details. Hashtag big love. I'm abnormal. Well, and in fact, he's got it here as well. I'm abnormal. So I'll probably get on with this owner. I have found something unmolested in the show. This Porsche 914 looks amazing. There's big amber repeaters there. The stainless steel on the front bumper, and again down on the skirt. Black leather interior. Man, that is really neat, really beautiful, really untouched, and it looks very good. And these cars, no one wanted them a few years ago, and they had no value at all, but now people are starting to appreciate them because they're very distinct, very cool. And certainly back in Thailand, a few people are building them, they're modifying them, doing things to them, and that looks nice. It kind of fits in the show as well, having a classic in here. Here we have an AMG 190 Evo 2, the second black 190 in the show. And man, I can never get enough Evo 2s. A replica, I assume, because there's probably more Evo 2s in Southeast Asia than Mercedes actually made back in the period in the 90s. But they look fantastic, and this one is really, really nicely done. It's got AMG calipers, the wheels, the kit, the Evolution badges on it. Absolutely beautiful cars. Got the wing and then the carbon gurney flap with AMG on it. Man, that is absolutely spot on. One of my favorites of the show for sure. I saw these drift cars last week, revving it up, flaming out of the exhaust at Retro Havoc. 3 or 4 drift cars from the AI Drift team, giving it loads, coming out on the rollout party. And the drift scene here is pretty big in Malaysia. I've not had time to go yet because every time they have a race, I got something clashing. But one day I'm going to get to the drift. But anyway, this team, quite big. They have some quite famous drivers, and I want to find out a little bit more because I've never mentioned them yet on my videos, although often I'm coming across their cars.
Right, what's up guys, my name is Bullseye. I'm here at IAM KL in KLCC, so we are with Team AI Garage for NDS next week's competition. So we have a big drift event coming up next week at KL base, 15 and 16 of June. Come over, we've got grandstand. So yeah, see you guys at KL base for some drifting. We're here with the Team AI Garage promoting NDS and also FDC. See you guys, take care. Bullseye.
Another car that everyone modifies is the VW Beetle, but this one is a little bit different. You see the customization in the wings and the quality here in the paint. I've never seen one quite like this. It's got a real amazing finish on it. Okay, I've come across my second R35, and this one has got a very high quality finish. In fact, everything's quality to it. You can see it's got a lot of carbon fiber, all the front bumper section, all the splitter, all the details around the lights are carbon, and the bonnet is carbon as well. And then it's got this pretty crazy wrap on it. In fact, the guys are calling it crazy grape wrap. And you can see it's got carbon wings, and they picked out and left the carbon here. Carbon door mirrors. It's got Nismo seats in it, but I can't quite get you in to see that. And it's got a carbon fiber rear wing. And I like these little details here as well. And then if I can squeeze down below past this J flag, got a carbon fiber diffuser on the back end. So that's pretty nice. That is a big wing. Just kind of take you right around the car so you can get more of a feel for this wrap, like the olive green going into the purple and all the details. And it's running on Brembo brakes, discs and bells, Nismo wheels, 20-inch. Here we have a local car, a Pro Duo, in a pretty nice Marlboro style wrap. Now this Mahalbro, actually I talked about this at a show last year, and it turns out it's a bit of a Malaysian joke, so I put my foot right in it completely. The good thing with kicking this video off on the loading day is you get to hear the engines, because this is a static show. There'll be no engines running Saturday and Sunday. And right here we have a bit of brapping, and you cannot go wrong with a bit of brapping on Friday night. No sooner than we get one RX7 turn up, not one with the Pandem kit, we have 5 more rock into the joint. We've got 3 over here, the yellow, the red and the white. We've got another yellow one here, and kind of like a metallic-y turquoise one there. So up to 6 RX7s, all brapping away. This is my kind of Friday night. At the front of the hall, kind of next to the stage, we have a lot of Hondas, kind of some real classic 90s like the EK and the EG, and then coming right up into the OOs and kind of bringing us up to date, and some real highly modified builds. And I mean, look at that, the wrap on that and all the carbon work, the dive plate, some beautifully detailing like a twin splitter effect. That is very, very nice, and that is very ornate. Looks good. Got the Palestinian flag wrapped into a carbon fibre rear wing. Now we've got a drift machine here, a Silvia looking really nice in this colour. But of all these cars up here, I absolutely love this Civic build. It is absolutely perfect. It's completely immaculate. It's as sick as you could imagine, but it's just the detail, the way he's done the project, the stance, the fitment, the way it's riding, everything about it is perfect. And even the details like these custom made splitter on the front gives a real race feel to it. And this skirt down the side, which also looks equally custom made, and I like the way he's painted and he's taken out the rubbing strip and left the holes there. And then if we walk around to the back, the boot spoiler, beautifully done. And I like the old Civic badge here, cracking up with age. And you can see again, he's cut out the bumper, cut the weight down, and inside it's got a cage, or a half full cage actually, and it looks really nicely done. Absolutely beautiful build. This is definitely one of my favorites at the show. I mean, I could stand and look at this all night.
You come to car show. Because racing is different.
I'm Lina, and I'm one of the models for IAM Modified for Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So enjoy the show, I guess. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Yuki. I'm working for Stan's Garage. Welcome to our booth.
Hi, my name is Xingxi and I'm working for Stan's Camps, which is Stan's Garage right here.
This is definitely one of my favourite builds of the show. It's just been finished. This is its debut. It's a wide body 280Z on air. A lot of it's stock, a lot of it's original. He's custom made the parts that he couldn't get, but there's an interesting story to this car, and I just want to show you that engine bay before I carry on, because it's just completely amazing. It's got the original engine. You can see it's all been chromed and done in gold as well. It's got a Nismo strut brace, and some of these details he's custom done with the Z logo. And also, while we're looking at the engine bay, you can see from the strut towers back across the firewall and back over there, he's done it in this effect as well. It looks really, really nice. Custom details on it, but mostly he's kept it fairly original. The parts he could use and the parts he could get, the owner tells me that he tried to use them, and then where he couldn't get parts, he's custom done them. But the main difference really is this wide body kit and these big DTM wheels. Under here you can see the brakes are actually still fairly stock. It's got a carbon skirt on the side. It just looks absolutely amazing, and probably the most interesting thing for me is in here. You look, it's got a white leather interior, dashboard, steering wheel is in white. Just a completely amazing car. And on the back end here we can see we've got another Nismo strut brace across the back, the air suspension equipment in there, and then look at this carbon fibre ducktail. How amazing does that look? And if I can try and squeeze you in, you can see he's put carbon fibre bezels round the rear lights. I kind of point the camera around so you can see. Twin exhausts. That is absolutely beautiful. And if I was the judges of IAM, for me this would straight off be the king of IAM for sure. And the story is that the car actually belonged to his grandfather, and it fell into disrepair and disuse for a long time. So it's kind of a thing he wanted to do, to honour his grandfather, to build this car back up. And he has definitely achieved that. Just take around the other side if I can squeeze past a few people. I mean, look at this, the custom tank here with the Z logo all done into it. Custom radiator here with the Nismo in it. Man, it's beautifully done. It's really kept that original spirit and added the wide body, and not many people do the 280Z. So for me, definitely, if I was one of the judges, I'd be going for that as the king of IAM, I'm pretty sure.
I love it. It's beautiful. It's one of my dream car for this Datsun, and I love it. Yeah. It's just, it's so, I love old school car. It's like, it looks really cool, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how to describe it actually because it's crazy, it's beautiful.
So you got 3 girls here together and I cannot get through for the amount of photographers. So no different to Thailand at all. Same vibe, same thing going on. I was going to talk about this MX-5 here, but unfortunately I cannot get near it at all. And unfortunately, I think I have been rumbled. Honestly guys, I wanted to tell you about this MX-5 because it's got some interesting vents. It's got a GT spoiler on the back and it's got these Recaro seats and a quick release steering wheel as well. I'm not quite sure what is going on with that, but along with this, the BWB guys are here. This guy has been really busy since Retro Havoc last week in the past 5 or 6 days. And I'm going to show you why, because if you watched my video last week, this car was red with cabin down the side. Now it is orange, black and yellow. So these boys have been pretty busy. And in fact, this livery really stands out because I actually had to ask if this cooler was new because it seems to be like more prominent than last week. So this livery definitely works and I like this. Will you marry me please? And these stickers down here, the whole Bozo thing that they have got going on with all these exhaust pipes here, which I explained last week when they were setting up.
Hello, my name is Grace and I'm come from Malaysia.
Hello, my name is Sini and I'm come here for dual car models. Yeah, I'm from Malaysia too.
This Copen is worth a look. It's got a folding hardtop and you can see a big spoiler hanging down here on the back. And inside the car, Recaro seats, a flip-up steering wheel, a lot of modification there, and a big body kit. And I'll just take you around the front because it's quite nice, almost kind of like Evo style vents there. We've got an extra vent here, it's all meshed off. Pretty nice kit actually. And in fact, they have put a big list of the modifications on this board and you can see it's got 6-pot endless calipers squeezed into a little car like that, upgraded exhaust, and you can see all the details here, the coolers and everything that they have put on this, and the bulk wheels. Man, it's quite a nice little car and that big bright yellow sets it off.
Hi guys, my name is Sabrina Chong. Today I'm at the IAM KL.
One of my friends I see at every car show, and every car show he has a different car. One of the K-Car kings, and he tells me actually has 10 K-Cars. I haven't got enough fingers to throw that up. Anyway, he's got a new one I haven't seen before, so I'm going to get him to walk through it. And I just also say hello to his wife Mala, who must be a very patient lady to put up with all these K-Cars. Right, you need to tell me about this car.
This is my Pro Canary, but I convert it to L9 DCN casual. All those parts are from Japan. As you can see, the eyelids different, 100% different from Canary. And then come with half moon side mirror, and then sunroof L9 with panoramic view. Also, I got use advanced super 3-sport 15-inch with caliper Honda Odyssey.
This FK8 with a lot of carbon going on and a huge intake here and a turbo tuck down there. This is full track spec. This is an absolute monster of a build and a wide body, which we'll get back to in a minute. And they've dropped up some information which is very handy, and you can see 657 horsepower. Man, that is pretty hefty. We've got a whole list of what they have upgraded to this car. We've got oversized 86mm pistons, full race build here, everything going on. I'm just going to zoom you up on this, and in fact I'll take a photo and I'll drop it on my Facebook page if you want to catch up with the info on this car, because this has got a lot going on. Apart from it's got a wide body kit, a lot of carbon fiber detailing, and now the band has started up again. So I'll take a break, drop in my page, and I'll show you the info. Here's one of my Malaysian media friends, and he is having a busy day. He was here this morning, went to a wedding, and has come back for the afternoon shift. And here is a man who looks super busy.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicole and I'm 24 this year. I'm working as a freelancer since year 2017, and this is about the 7th year for my freelance life.
and just squeeze through this little gap, we can see a modified K-Series in there, in this FD2, in spoon livery with a lot of spoon stuff going on. And what I really like at this show is everyone is actually putting up the information, all the modifications listed out. And the cars in this show are super modified. You look at all this detail going on. So what I'm trying to do is take some photos of these boards and I drop them in a gallery on my Facebook page. So if you want to find out more detail on what people are actually modifying, I'm going to try and drop all these up into a gallery and you can check them out there. This N1 is worth a look. It's got quite a lot of modification going on. It's got an upgrade splitter here with, you can see the 5 little lights in it. Low down, I like that. And again, they've put a list of what they've done. And again, I'll drop this down onto my Facebook page so you can check this out. But if we look on the front, it's running on T37s, disc brakes, spoon calipers. Got a spoon door mirror. Inside, you can see we've got some carbon fiber detailing in the armrest, around the handle, some nice little detailing on the dashboard here. And we've got this carbon fiber on the B pillar, on the C pillar here as well. And it's had an upgrade from drums to disc on the back. Got a rear spoiler. I got a carbon fiber trim in here and another carbon fiber trim around twin exhaust exits. Quite a nicely done little car that actually. And in fact in the front we can see here some of the detailing and some of the colours that have been picked out. And you can see the Spoon Sports in the mirror. And here we've got some carbon wheels and you can see it's actually had a blowout here, or it looks like it's had a blowout. Here's a Jimny that thinks it's a baby Brabus G-Wagon. This Honda Odyssey has been really modified. You can see a K24 here, a massive turbo there, a lot of modification, and a big custom radiator going on there as well. And you can see it's got a body kit, it's down on air, but what I want to take you is right round the other side, because in Malaysia, they really like to custom fit or return to JDM specification with the wind out seat, the seat that comes forward and swings out. I'm not sure it's a JDM import and it comes new like that, or whether they've retrofitted it, but either way, this is quite a popular thing to do in Malaysia. I've seen this on a lot of cars, including K cars. It's actually got quite a nice leather dashboard and all wood trims in the center console, on the gear stick. A lot of work has gone into this Odyssey, and just finish because that is right down on there. Here's another full-on R35 build. I mean, just look down there at that. That is pretty amazing. It's right down on there. It's got a big wide body kit, and in fact here again we can see all the information, and this has got a full-on engine build as well, so it's going to be quick. Well, we've just looked at these R35s. We've even looked at the girls that are here as well, and here is the owner of Prazis. And in fact, before I stumble my tongue on that, we've got it right there on the t-shirt. These guys are doing pretty epic builds, so keep an eye out for them. This R35, the air suspension, it's got custom covers around it and lights going on. It actually feels like you're in the back of a music car, but it's actually air suspension, really beautiful. And if I had this one, I'd be wanting to watch it working. I am bowled over by the work they're doing. I'm gonna have to drop them a visit sometime, maybe 2025, but I'm gonna have to see more of what they're doing. So definitely stay tuned and I'll call in on them one day.
Hi, my name is Ashley and you can call me Sayang.
So earlier on I came walking past this E30, looks pretty nice, down on air, it's got a good stance, and that metallic purple works really well. Now I come walking back and the owner has put the bonnet up, and look at that swap there, out of an E46, man. Never judge a book by its cover. And here we have two heavily carbonized Civics, an FE here, an FD there. Man, there's a lot of carbon going on these two cars. You can see it on this FE here, the bonnet comes down, carbon here, carbon in the splitter, carbon detailing around here. Got 2 dive plates going on, and then I'm just going to slip straight over to this FD because this has got a full carbon front end. Even the headlight covers are carbon. Got some inserts, got some vents in the bonnet, and again, the information here, I'll throw that into a gallery. We've got carbon in the A-pillar trim here, carbon door mirrors. Let's get around the side a bit. We've got a carbon rear door, carbon skirt. Even the wind deflectors are carbon. The flap, we've got a big carbon wing on there and a boot going right down here. And then we'll jump back over to this FE because this has got the carbon thing going on as well. Again, a big wing in carbon and the boot. And I like this big towing eye here, quad exhaust, diffuser on the back. See if we can squeeze down. It's really tight getting it through this show. And we've got some neat details here. We've got the carbon spoiler on the back of the window, and it got these in the C-pillar as well. These are quite neat actually, these carbon vents, and they've got red flecks in them as well. I'm going to have a squeeze inside as well because it's got carbon seats or a carbon driver's seat. And you can see the carbon mirrors here. Got a squeeze down the side. It got a pretty neatly profiled wing. A lot going on. I like this bonnet actually. It's very, very nicely done. And we can actually see they've got 2 different weaves going on here as well. And I'm just going to jump back to this FD because it's got carbon door handles that I missed out on. But inside, all the dashboard has been done in carbon. The steering wheel, the centerpiece, the bezels, all around the gear stick and the center console, around the radiator, the whole dashboard and the glove box and everything. It's been done in carbon with red flecks in it. That is really the full works. And what a surprise. I meet Malaysia's most crazy guy who I've never got a word of sense out of. And I see everywhere. This in a picture is a snapshot of Southeast Asia. We've got these massive 10-pot calipers on an Alphard, on a people carrier. And I'm going to take you to the back because, man, look at the back as well. That is the back end of the minivan. I need to ask these guys why people are sticking 10 piston calipers onto a minivan. What are the advantages? Because you'll also see a lot of these about, not just here in Malaysia, back home in Thailand as well.
Why do people choose 10 piston? Because when they have a wheel option on a 20-inch above. So if let's say if having 20-inch above, you have a lot of space clearance. When you have enough space clearance, we can introduce the 10 piston. 10 piston from 380 until 420. 380, 390, 410 and 420 with 36 thickness. So for this one, the piston area is 59 centimeter square. So the piston area can support up to many car master pump is okay.
Alright, hi everybody, I'm Faye and I'm here with Senta Adventure Camp and we are located in Batu Pahat, Johor.
Okay, well Faye has invited me to spin the wheel, so let's give this a go and see if my luck is in today. Big spin and free pen. It is my lucky day and I've got a free eco pen.
I'm Timothy. So this truck 2014, very rusty. I worked on this during the pandemic. So when I was young, I used to go to school, go everywhere with my dad. So to rebuild back his dream, I found this 2014 and this truck was completely done in 27th of February this year. I refurbished the interior. It inspired into an idea to get this 02 livery skin, very famous anime from the Darling in the France. I was quite lucky because one of my chap told me that I would like to sponsor you. So hey man, come, let's do it. I say, Bridgestone, here you go. And then I did a bit of the body kit. I special order from Japan, the Halo Special and a Bro Star white fender arch. And then I took my wheels from my Honda and put it here, TE37 Fox Racing with RE004 Bridgestone. And the most interesting thing is I drive this to work daily. I work selling motorbike as my day job. I used to ferry a lot of my customer bike and new bikes and everywhere. And this is one of my favorite bike at home. Only 100 was made in the world. This is number 48 out of 100. It looks normal, but actually is endorsed by Bandai Japan.
I am at IAM Malaysia and I am Claire.
I've just seen these wheels and I've got to say something, but I have no idea what is going on with these wheels. I'm not even sure the wheel size. 165 40 17 17-inch rims on a mirror with a tyre wall like that. So that's it for my look at IAM. Not the biggest show in the world, but a huge amount of quality, huge amount of outrageous, huge amount of different. And when I say the different, the outrageous and the quality, this BMW with this forged carbon all around the inside and on the cam cover and on the inlets with all these red flecks in, man, that is full on in my book. So we've got some real quality cars, and it really shows that in Malaysia they build absolute quality builds, fantastic cars. So it's a real pleasure to come to this show and check it out. I've actually been in Malaysia for 10 days. Time to get on a plane in the morning, head back to Bangkok, go home. And here I am, my initials have made it to Malaysia. Little old me hanging out with all the big guys. And with that, I'm out of here.
Tinggal suruh bersembah dan dengan lepas ni saya akan dilakukan. So sebabkan